for a win here over the weekend. Both teams, again, have had pretty rough starts for the opening weeks here in the LCS, but they can only be won today as Fox and TSM will do battle.
And this is going to be the Ignite Hecarim that we've seen a lot in high-rated solo queue, especially in North America. Goes really, really powerful in the early game. Ignite definitely a very powerful early game summoner spell because it lets you have that extra bit of true damage for your all-ins. Also makes it very scary for Hecarim going for invades. Nocturne does not have a very reliable way to get out if he does find himself in that 1v1. And they're going for an invade here. Rush going to be able to find that ward with the sweeper. So a little bit of extra experience here. They want to share it with Yusui. Be able to get those solo laners that extra oomph. Rush also starting spell shield on the bomb.
So it's managed to dodge that one out. Here's the missile coming out. Going to pop onto Rush and Comet will proc.
Spell Thief's in action.
That's true. Already some gold. Lane is won. Yuumi already off to a good start here as Rush going to move down to the red half of his jungle.
All right, we got a lot of early action. Ward kill and some Spell Thief's proc. Look at that. 10 extra gold on both Rumble and Nocturne. 11 for the Yuumi.
Easy stuff there at Broken Blade and Solo. Waiting out, maybe hoping the other walks through a silly way through the lane. But it looks like, again, red started here is lost, and Hakuho full leash here for Rush, and Grig on the other side, no leash on the Raptors to kick things off.
Now, we actually haven't seen Nocturne in quite a while in professional play especially. I really thought it was a jungler that would return when the Scuttle Crabs got delayed, so you can go with the hard farm, clear all of your camps, try and get to level 6 as quickly as possible strategy without giving up as much in the neutral territory. So I do expect him to do kind of the reverse clear now that he's done red down to Krugs, back up through the rest of the camps, and just try and get your camps respawning as quickly as possible. If you get your red side camps respawning very quickly, that is the fastest way to level 6.
Yeah, it might be pretty quiet for both these junglers actually, as they're looking to get those ultimates online to really pick off the ganking potential. As you can see, those Zven and Smoothie playing aggressive as they should be here in the lane, and lost no access to Spell Shield just yet, so has to kind of just sit back and let the lane push in.
Yep, walks out of range of the harassment from Yuumi here. Zven and Smoothie making good early use of it. Nautilus can't really go for those all-ins quite yet. Need a little bit more access to the rest of his kit.
Also note Smoothie with Exhaust and Heal. We see a lot of different summoner spell mix-ups, but nothing overly aggressive. As you mentioned, it's more of a poke lane there in bottom anyway.
Yep, gonna have a lot of answers for those all-ins. So instead of the Ignite heal, does have the Exhaust there. If the Nautilus does find it eventually when the ultimate comes online. Like covering your bases. Smoothie here going for a deep ward too on the Krug. So they'll have the timer on that second respawn. And again, that was the first small camp that Rush cleared, so it's always 2.5 minutes for the respawn of it, and they should have timing on that ward to survive until they get to see the next pass here from Rush. So that one gonna provide a decent amount of value. Hakuho getting the shield off there, blocks most of the damage.
Yep, again, doesn't look pretty, but just have to kind of play against the poke as best you can, and so far doing well trading off their respective shields.
Mid lane looks to be the target. Hecarim, Grig here is waiting behind.
Yusui gets a chain and gets a flash out of the deal, but now a 2v2 gonna brew. Grig goes in onto Yusui, but Conqueror gonna proc back for the Aatrox.
Yeah, I pushed him there a little bit with the E as the Hecarim charged through, so Bjergsen's second bomb doesn't land. You kind of need to coordinate that. Either let the second bomb force a flash or land and get your stun, or try and E past them and knock them back to allow it a little bit easier of a setup. Not the most perfect coordination there, but you can see synergy later in the game with the Zilean Hecarim, when Zilean can speed up the Hecarim. Just come through lane. Lane ganks are actually quite effective here, as you can try and speed past your target and then knock them back with the E, then go for your double bombs.
Like we mentioned with ease of execution though, lots of things can potentially go wrong between Zilean Bomb and Yuumi positioning, so TSM gonna have to be really clean around the mid game as they look to try and fight it out, but so far so good in the bottom lane. Zven with a massive CS lead as Lost is trying to clear out this wave. We'll get a lot of it, but still gonna be 10 behind as the next wave is already crashing in.
Yep, going very heavy on the harassment here. Let's see if they look for the all-in, because Rush has made his way down to the bottom. There's a ward in the Tribe Rush, but if Hakuho could set something up here, they might be able to get a summoner spell and make TSM's bottom lane play a little bit safer. Rush looks like he will possibly go for this. Good warding from the TSM duo, though. Have one up in the front brush as well, and I don't think EpicLOL saw them place it. It was probably placed while they were just in the brush themselves and had brush control, so EpicLOL couldn't communicate it, and that allows the TSM duo to bait a lot of this pressure here, and a good move by Zven, just backing off. They are wasting Rush's time.
Yeah, just timed out, so now Rush knows what was going on there in the brush, but TSM going to be back to pushing, and so Spot Rush also pathing out through the tri-bush there. So Grig going to ward up the Drake. Always nice to get an early Ocean. Grig actually will start it by the looks of things.
Might be just going for a ward over the back there to get a little bit deeper vision. Sometimes you can get vision on another pathway down to that bottom side of the map. You really want to keep your wards for the Yuumi lane at all times so that they don't get completely gay here. You can see that all of that effort there that has been put in. Consistent wards from the junglers, from the Yuumi itself, everything to try and keep this TSM duo on the bot side playing aggressively. And you can see the rewards already. Zven is up significantly here on the Lucian in CS with the Yuumi harass going down the entire time.
Rush does find the control ward and take it out though. So Grig with his Scry's Bloom going to also do some clearing of his own. Rush going to make the Dragon angry, and Grig is going to take a bit of harass.
I do like this though. It really does highlight the importance of defending your vision. Step number one is put the vision down, yes. But I see so many teams just walk away from all their control wards. They just spend a good amount of money and time placing. TSM trying to actually defend it there and go for the Scuttle Crab Smite fight, won by Grig.
Yeah. Rush did have Smite, but not able to win the fight there, even though Hakuho roamed up to try and maybe contest. Yusui also pretty consistently getting the lane pushed in mid. In fact, they've both gone back for some early buys, but TPs are still ready. So I think very much respecting the global pressure there that they want to put out, because again, so much attention has gone bot lane that wouldn't be too surprised to see 4 people TP down there if a fight did break out.
Definitely possible. Top laners still holding onto their teleports, all walking back to lane here. And the ultimates that you talk about for the top side of the map are very big mid-game AP AoE ultimates. So huge team fight impact for whichever of those top laners arrives first. Giant Kennen sweeping ultimates or Rumble will have such a big effect on these Dragon setups.
Broken Blade though continuing to get things shoved in. Actually down 10 CS surprisingly. Solo doing a nice job there with effectively his counter pick as they were able to flex the Aatrox in, and already finished the 1500-ish gold items between the guys and the Cutlass, so Broken Blade should be fine. Just wants to push in and contain the Rumble, and Solo, if he can, will poke when appropriate.
Yeah, one of the biggest things about Rumble, why we're seeing so much more now, was the buff previously to the Scrap Shield. And it does help a lot in matchups like this, where you can get it off, absorb a lot of the harassment that will come down, and gives you that extra speed. He's never had a problem, AoE holding these minions here, with the flamethrower, but the extra safety with the shield can go a very long way.
Yeah, gone are the days where Rumble could just perma-Q into a Maokai and have the lane be A-okay. Certainly a lot of more aggressive champions in the solo lanes here. But bottom lane still being held 20 CS almost now for Zven. Getting a little ugly, actually.
Yeah, look how far back Lost has to play. His Nautilus is not there. Has to be very, very worried about a possible gank. Grig gonna take this opportunity, drops the control ward, and immediately starts the dragon because, as you can see on your mini-map, once again, they actually got sight of Grig on this ward right here while he was by the blue buff. That's why they made a beeline for the dragon. That deep ward, which I believe was placed by Broken Blade, allows them to jump on the dragon. That information and that timing, even though there's no kill in this play, well, maybe not.
Final tough to pop, but Lucian already getting low. Rush gonna dive in there. Oh, over the wall, still follows, but the spell it may be enough to keep him alive. Rush, he's gonna get himself first blood, but lost over the top already. Burnt both sums to try and get the next kill.
And what a Rush play that is. So close. He does get the first blood, so he's rewarded for going over the wall there with Zven. Thought that the barrier from Zven was going to bait him in. You could see kind of the idea there. You wait and you take the Nocturne over with you and try and kill him in the 3v1, essentially. That is over the wall with your barrier bait, but it's not enough. Even with the Yuumi on top of Zven, he does end up going down. Let's take a look at how it landed. Hakuho finds the hook to initially start it out. They get him so low. And with the barrier, with the Yuumi shield there, trying to get back off and then get back on, early on, you know, the cooldown is there for jumping back onto champions. But Zven did go down barely before, so first blood reward for the Nocturne, for Rush. He invests it very quickly into his warrior, and a little bit of extra health for himself. Meanwhile, the counter kill goes over to the Hecarim, which is quite big. Grig here also able to get his own warrior, so both junglers quite happy with where that money went.
Nice preview of the Echo Fox game plan. I imagine we'll see that a lot. As they do manage to grab first blood, but Gold's going to stay dead even, actually, as Solo going to get this lane pushed back up. Broken Blade, though, happy to just reverse the wave slowly but surely. Solo lying in wait, but I think just to harass, because we can see that there's no jungler around to potentially force a play on top side, and both teams have been very heavily playing around the bottom half of the map. Ooh, going to make a go of it, though. Solo does force a flash.
Yeah, take the camera away for a second, and then 80% of Broken Blade's health is gone. Just from the Rumble ultimate, and Solo moving up for the all-in there. Gets the flash and a significant chunk of health.
Also Grig visiting mid lane, ready with his own ultimate, and of course Zilean for any potential tower dive. Aatrox does not get a res if he can't get a takedown, so
exactly.
Certainly a lot easier of a champion to try and tower dive.
All right, let's see here. Once again, the bottom lane, definitely the focus. With the extra Ocean Drake as well, makes them feel a lot more secure. You can just back off whenever you don't have vision of the Nocturne. Rush is just prowling around right now on the bottom half of the map with the Nocturne ultimate ready, but now it is Grig that makes the first visit here. Yep. Let's see if the Yuumi's synergy will actually take effect.
I wonder how often you notice that Yuumi is not attached to Lucian, but Grig gonna hang out in the fog of war and be patient here for this play. Zven just trying to deny off, but can't quite get the cannon to die. That's Smoothie gonna clear that out, and Rush has decided, you know what? Bottom half, not so fun right now. Gonna go ahead and do the Rift Herald there with Solo.
It's definitely very, very suspicious whenever the Yuumi is not right next to Lucian. So wait a second, your whole goal is to just poke out in lane. You're extremely slow, you don't have boots, you have double combat summoners. So if you're missing, you're probably on another member of the team. Likely gonna be the Hecarim, and the bottom lane for EpicLOL does back off while they take the Rift Herald on the top side of the map. So that is an objective win for EchoFox this time around. Dragon advantage to TSM. Now Rift Herald in the hands of Rush.
Let's see what Rush does. Drop it as Hakuho looking for the hook, but can't quite clip Zven. First tower still on the table, and plates are up for a minute 20 still. So certainly some investments can be made if the Rift Herald will get channeled. Looks like right now Rush is going top side, because Sol's been pushing in, but here's Grig. Potential 2v2 gonna brew as Equalizer comes in, but there's a huge amount of damage back in a Rush. Who's gonna get burnt down there? Grig used the ulti to get out of the way, and Yusui now here trying to force something, but Bjergsen's TP'd in. Gonna get harassed down by Solo, but this is a 2v3 right now for EchoFox. Stun there gonna land in onto the Rumble. Grig gonna keep fighting it out as Broken Blade did eat the chain, but Solo probably gonna be forced to flash away. They do get the Zilean ulti out. They actually may be able to fight their way out here as Umbral Dash gets Yusui back over the ridge.
That was one of the cleanest skirmishes that we have seen from TSM all summer. Really nicely played right there, utilizing the cooldowns very, very effectively. Grig able to go in, gets the kill onto Rush because Broken Blade starts the storm, immediately gets the stun, and then Grig still has his ultimate on the Hecarim to get back out, so there's no counter kill from EchoFox. And they even turned it around and kept up the pressure there with Bjergsen's Zilean teleport. Meanwhile, though, that does mean Yusui, since he didn't back, pushed a wave into the tower in mid lane, while Broken Blade is doing the same on top side.
Nice play overall, as bottom lane Hakuho, Smoothie, and Zven all hanging out. Rush is back down to this side of the map, but doesn't have his ulti after using it top lane, so I think Lost is just going to be trying to get maximum value out of this Essence Reaver and just keep the waves away from the turret.
All right, let's take another look at this. EchoFox look like they have a pretty good opening on Broken Blade here, who has no flash, by the way. This is such a juicy target, but they get completely outplayed. The ultimate goes down, Stasis is then popped, Grig ults out, buying time for Bjergsen to come in, and then Bjergsen baited in the Rumble, but now there's a Dragon fight!
Drake fight there, Grig gonna grab the Drake final, chance to pop there, but doesn't really get any roots landing. Zven is low on the other side, but does dash out to safety. EchoFox can't get the Drake and can't get kills either.
Yep. Look at the replay over here now. Poof, the Dragon's been stolen. TSM have Ocean Drake #2, and Broken Blade has also slipped into this control ward side rush.
Does have his ulti, Rift Herald channel mid there for Rush, gonna try and at least get the first turret. But Broken Blade will have to keep an eye out. The Rift Herald does charge in. Gonna need a bit more help though to take down the rest of the turrets. So with 2 melee champions here in mid lane, not so easy against the Zilean to take that down.
Yeah, it's always so sad when the Rift Herald goes off after turret plates are already gone. So you do get a big chunk of damage, and mid turret is the place that you want to take down first, so you can really open up the jungle and start to have some more area to work with, especially since you have a Nocturne on your team. Gives you more area to threaten with the ultimate, but they don't get any immediate value out of it. And that is going to be pretty much just dragon advantage there for TSM with a small extra gold.
Yeah, situation's pretty nice. If you thought Yuumi was frustrating before, it's going to be even nicer there for Smoothie. He's attached to Grig currently. Rush, so pop an ulti, it's topside. They're actually going to focus here. It's the Broken Blade. Ulti goes down, so going to try and finish up the kill. Does get it, and Rush gets out as well.
Well, yeah, Rush has to use his flash there. He does get out before the other turret shark comes in. And this time, Echo Fox do get their kill onto the top side. They complete it before any sort of reinforcements can start to come from TSM. So this is going to be top side push for Echo Fox, bottom side push for TSM, because that is now their strong side of the map, and Grig's actually inside the jungle.
Not safe, they can't see. Now they'll get the bad news. Lost gonna pop the ulti, but Bjergsen trying to cut him off. Gonna have to fight his way out of there, but there's so many TSM members surrounding him, and Grig just ults over the wall for the killing spree.
Yep, Echo Fox used top side 3 members, so TSM know they've got control of the bottom side, and Echo Fox, they walk back through their own jungle, which is no longer their own territory, meaning that TSM will find the counter kill. Grig on the Hecarim now 3-0 in the jungler swaps here. Grig continually having these Hecarim games that seem to be working out quite well for themselves.
For a champion that often builds Trinity Force, which is very expensive. Nice for Grig to have that extra income, but we've played lots of swapsies here as Yusui on the Broken Blade, a huge amount of damage, but Grig gonna try and shut that all off. No res this time. Grig now on a rampage.
All right, yep, this is gonna be a jungle carry game, pastry time, because Hecarim is juiced. He's got 4 kills now, 400 bounty on top of his head, and 2 members of the team that can give him additional speed, which will be converted into damage via the passive.
Well, Lost and Hakuho are gonna try and keep pushing the mid wave in and maybe get the first turret gold, but other than that, TSM certainly off to a nice start here, up 1,000 gold, and Grig's got the lion's share of it. And as soon as that Triforce gets completed,
yeah, let me see that pretty Triforce, Pastry. We don't like to see the junglers going for any sort of tanky items in this type of scenario. Hecarim pretty much, for the last couple months too, in LCS, has always gone Warrior Triforce, so no reason to diverge at all.
Certainly not in this game. He'll even grab the red for himself as well. Almost up to level 11 now for the Hecarim. Even more effective with the rank 2 ulti. Otherwise, map's still pretty small. I mean, there's another Drake up in a minute 25. TSM already have those first 2 oceans, but it does feel like, given the power of the AP top laners on either side, it really just is one fight here.
Yeah, and I think you have to worry about where's that fight going to take place for Echo Fox on their side. They have to be very scared of this Hecarim. This really just re-emphasized the importance of jungle tracking now through the mid-game. Wherever Hecarim is, Echo Fox have to respect it. Rush right now does have Nocturne ultimate at level 11, so he's got the extra reduced cooldown, and they do have counterplay where they can try and counter it, but they have to be so worried about the power of Grig's all in. He hasn't even gone back to spend the money though, I don't think. So he's still just sitting on the phage and not the extra parts of the Trinity Force quite yet.
Yep, staying active on the map here because top outer turret's really low. Have multiple members of TSM collapsing. They maybe try and take it down, but Fox are answering by pushing their duo lane back up from mid lane up to top. So TSM pop back down to the mid lane here as the long extended outer turret dance continues. People really just want that bonus gold.
All right, let's see if they can get it. Echo Fox do have quite a few tools at their disposal. Again, in Champ Select, we were talking about their dive. They have a lot of possibility for single target focus. Hakuho, though, he's the target getting focused, hooks away to the wall, though, and avoids the Yuumi ult.
Well, Bjergsen, though, able to push down the last little bits of health on the outer turret in bot lane, so TSM and Bjergsen are the ones to collect that bit of bonus gold, continuing to build their lead here. Sivir, a pretty good gatekeeper in the mid lane, although Zven continuing to push up aggressively with Smoothie attached. And of course, the Ocean Drake's up. So with the added opening there in the bottom half of the map, TSM will look to continue the supremacy of this objective.
All right, let's see if they can close it, because Broken Blade right now.
Dive on the Broken Blade. It's a good target if they can get it. Depth charge out, and Yusui able to grab the kill. But now Grig looking for the counter engage. Rush, maybe the target here is Hakuho will be slowed by the projectile. Doesn't quite connect, as TSM might be thinking about re-engaging in a 4v5.
Yeah, a much needed window right there for Echo Fox. Really good usage of the Nocturne ultimate. Rush is able to section off Broken Blade. They catch him while he's trying to rotate over to the rest of the team to the Dragon like you talked about. Regardless, though, TSM still starting up the Dragon, even though they're the ones that gave up the kill, and they can burn it down quick enough. With Aatrox on top side, it looks like Echo Fox are committing to top side, pushing into the tower rather than trying to fight over this Dragon. Without the use of their Nocturne ultimate, without the use of their Aatrox ultimate, they're not going to fight over the objective, as it is now 3 Ocean Drakes. Not the most ideal spread for TSM, but it is supreme Drake control.
Will not save you from the all-in that Echo Fox will be attempting over and over again throughout the mid-game here, but still nice to get some tower gold there, as Yusui does grab the top outer and even up the score in structures. But Zven continuing to play up here in the mid lane, getting that pushed through. And looks like 2 items are almost complete for most of these carries. Lost working on Infinity Edge by the looks of things there.
Yeah, I definitely want to get those crits rolling for Sivir. Really nice build is the Essence Reaver into Infinity Edge, and then your Zeal item of choice, depending on how threatened you feel. And that's when the Sivir really starts to take over those team fights. And you kind of highlighted the value of gold here in the mid game goes to really building up this dive comp and their ability to actually kill off the target that they choose to go for. With the Nautilus, Nocturne, and Rumble ultimates all trying to be layered onto a primary target there for Echo Fox. They decided to trade Ocean Drake number 3 for some extra gold from the tower to try and fund that war effort.
See Yusui actually doing decently there. Looks like he's currently the one subscribed to the 1v1 versus Broken Blade. Someone's got to do it. He's got that Gunblade. Kennen not going to leave the side lane unless he absolutely has to. Solo, though, also getting things split down in the bottom half, so looking to take down the outer turret as well.
I love to see this, too, for Yuumi players. They kind of just, they're fair weather fans. Whoever's the most fed on your team, you just spend a lot more time with that. The last few times that we've seen the map scroll over TSM, it's been Yuumi on Grig, so you can give the extra speed to the Hecarim and try and protect your super fed jungler. Zven now getting some quality time once again with Smoothie. Gets to have his support back for a little bit as they try and go for tower damage.
Well, it's going to clear this up. Decent amount of poke actually onto Smoothie. But again, heals back up, zips away. Dodges out from giving lost a bit of mana with the spell shield. Still, this kind of central point of control in mid being very small, kind of creating a lot of pushing back and forth.
Good dodge there by Zven. Kind of one of the reasons we went over in Champ Select why they did pick the Lucian versus the Nautilus lane. Meanwhile, we're having some big item completions that do come in. The Death's Dance for Yusui in the Aatrox for the mid lane here. You know, with the extra healing from the ultimate, it is all about trying to find those resets, sustain to that point in the team fight. So I'm very excited to see how the team fight will play out once these two teams do meet up, because even though TSM do have the triple Ocean Drake, they are very close in combat power as far as the gold that has been spent on items. And it's going to be about the timings. Can Bjergsen get one of those game-changing Zilean ultimates down on the focused target? Echo Fox are a dive comp. They're trying to dive on to a member with Nocturne, with the Nautilus, those 2 single target point and clicks. If Bjergsen can have good positioning and good timing on the ultimate, that can completely negate one of the big strengths. Here we go, though.
Doesn't get that one, though. Grig, not a bad target if they can get him 100 to 0, because we can see Bjergsen in the bot lane means that no Zilean ult to save you from potential triple ult all in. Solo, though, now going to have to... Actually, looks like he's going back to shop instead, as this game has been pretty slow. I think either both teams know it's probably pretty close. Nobody wants to be the one caught up by a stray Nautilus ultimate or channeling in the wrong Rush, although Rush does escape barely from getting picked off.
And the longer it goes, the more stasis effects that TSM will get to pick up. We already have 1 Zhonya's completed. That is a huge item for Broken Blade on the Kennen. He's been getting completely focused by Echo Fox over and over, gets burned down. So Kennen with Flash and Zhonya's is a completely different story, though. And once Bjergsen is able to get that one as well, it means that the Zilean has that much more safety and the ability to just use the ultimate on someone else on the team in all cases, not really having to worry about his own life as much. And it really makes pulling off dive comps much more difficult when there are a lot of these single target saving items that the enemy team starts to accrue. Here we go, though. Fighting in the river.
We're going in. He just finished his Triforce. There's a lot of chapter. He's going to lock down Rush, and they're going back in. Grig with a re-engage. Pops you on Sword of Shadows. Hakuho into stasis. Broken Blade wants to pop the ulti as well, but Solo with a massive flank. Rumble Orders Lost is going to make his way into the backside flank as well. Broken Blade, Yusui trying to go off there on the bottom side. A Smoothie does fall to Lost, and Yusui continuing to get resets. He just needs one more. He will reset now and get some health back, and Echo Fox with the flank, able to find their team fight.
Oh, they go
still, the carries are alive. Zven and Grig can kite it out. Zven especially needs to not get caught. Yusui gonna try and make it happen, and he turns it back around. The chain is dead. Lost with a shutdown, takes down Grig and collects the bounty. And now Zven, the only one left, has to dodge a harpoon, but what a flash from Solo as Fox collects the ace.
Solo is a monster for Echo Fox. TSM found the initiation in the river, but the Rumble ultimate changed everything at the Baron pit, and then they finally chase him down as well. TSM try and get the outplay in a 2v3 scenario, which means Echo Fox will get the Baron.
Everyone back alive after the fight. Rush will run back towards the pit, but I don't think it's going to matter. No spell book here. A TP in though. Bjergsen with attached Smoothie and Broken Blade behind him. Hakuho going to find the first catch. Echo Fox needs to turn around and try and find the fight. Rush doesn't have his ulti back off just yet. The Baron also low. Solo going to try and finish it off, but Yusui over the top is going to get caught and cut down by the bomb. And then Broken Blade going to shut down. They managed to get the Baron, but now they got to get out of there. Hakuho is going to run, but Lost gets blown up by the Zilean. There's the final chapter out of Yuumi to take down Hakuho as well. Bjergsen going to finish off that kill. Prowling projectile still going. There's Rush going to get tagged. Solo with the ulti to try and disengage, and Fox finally get out with the Baron.
It's a bloodbath pastry time. Ring around the Baron Rosie as well. In the end, Echo Fox still take down the Baron. Yusui running them around the backside. They finish it off, but TSM got the kills. They're going to kill Rush as well.
Going to get dove around the side. Rush with a Cirque prop is not going to leave as Grig able to take him down. They'll get 2 turrets out of this as well, as the Baron power play already at negative 1,600.
Congratulations, you played yourself. 1,600 negative Baron power play there for Echo Fox to see us and get all the kills on the outside. We'll have to take stock once again and see how much Echo Fox could get on the push afterwards, but here's a look at how it all started out. They went in on Rush, double ultimates used, popping the Sterix there, then the re-initiation does get Hakuho into the Baron pit and a juicy ult from Broken Blade, but Solo also comes in on the Rumble and is able to get a lot of the cooldowns out of TSM. Yusui, the Aatrox, once they got that kill, getting the reset, Death's Dance healing, it's so hard to even get the Aatrox down one time, but then they couldn't get him down again as they try to pull off the 2v3. This time around, Yusui's around the back of the Baron pit, runs most of TSM away from the objective, slips back in, does die to the bomb, but the team gets the Baron, and then the chase comes in. Bjergsen, Zilean slow, finds the Nautilus, allows them to get the Yuumi root there with the ultimate, and then the speed on Broken Blade with the zoomies, with the E for himself, chases down another one, and they eventually, as you know, find a Rush at the secondary turret for another kill for themselves. Still, the Baron power play remains negative.
I was trying to remember, there's one Baron left by the looks of things there. I think Solo's still got the buff, but not what Echo Fox were hoping for after winning that team fight and securing the Baron.
All right, this is what I'm hoping for. I like games like this where it's just all over the place, going crazy, looking for the extra kills. Objective is kind of an afterthought there. Meanwhile, mid lane, everybody going to group back up. Side lanes are kind of static right now as they're holding about even. Top side will be pushing slightly for Echo Fox, so they're trying to use this single Baron buff you talked about on Solo to get some momentum here through the mid lane, but River is hotly contested.
And for such a slow, honestly like 20-ish minutes in this game, now both ADs have 3 items, and I think every team is comfortable looking for a team fight here. Obviously TSM have to stave off the Baroned up cannons, but still have poke, still have all their ultis back up and ready. Everyone's just hanging out in mid lane. Fox want to try and grab another turret, but more preferably if they can find a pick, they'd much prefer that.
All right, let's see if we can push up here. Looks like not too much deep vision for Echo Fox, as you can see in the vision toggle. So they're going to rotate down to the bottom side where their minions are already at that very weakened turret. This is the last outer turret and kind of the easiest standing gold that's left on the map for Echo Fox to take. So they will get some of the gold here with the Baron buff. Almost back to even. TSM looking for the fight, though.
Fight brewing. Rush with the GA, playing very aggressively throughout the jungle. Gets out of there, but the rest of Fox have to disengage. Crowning projectile finds no slow, but Zven dashing in onto Solo. There's the final chapter down, but the angle's not quite right. And Rush turns out the lights. Now goes in for the re-engage on a Broken Blade, but backs out as well. Grig now looking at the onslaught of Shadows. Goes unstoppable in the ultimate Rush. He's the GA. He's the first target that managed to take down Grig. Now Yusui finds the first takedown. Has got the reset off the Worldbender as Zven gets hooked by Hakuho. But still dashes out, gonna be safe for now as Broken Blade getting stomped, but goes into stasis and outplays the Aatrox, and Zven with the Zilean behind him with the ulti now ticking away. Having to keep playing aggressive. Rush still has his GA. Zven now resurrects, and the hook from Hakuho finds it onto Bjergsen, but Bjergsen is just gonna flash out. Now the GA goes down to Solo, dives back in with the bombs on, and he's dead to Zven. Zven continuing to play cleanup, lost too far forward. Gonna make it a double kill, gonna be a triple kill.
But damn, these are some fun team fights, Pastry. I hope you're having fun there, buddy. TSM actually, on the third re-engage, are able to find the extra kills here. What a back and forth down the bottom lane. Whew. Take a breather, my friend. Whew.
Teamfight comes with Zilean, I guess. You know what? Let's watch this whole thing again.
Let's start it all over. What a fun ride it was, right? We had Zven initiate, and you talk about the Yuumi ultimate used, so that is Echo Fox backing up. But then Rush decides to go in with the Nocturne ultimate, then thinks that's a bad idea as Grig charges in. He wants to immune the knock up there with his own ultimate, but he's too far away from Bjergsen. That then swings it into Echo Fox's territory because Yusui gets a reset on the Aatrox ultimate, so he goes ham. He's thinking all in, guys, but he gets completely outplayed there as the timing just goes out. So once he goes down, Zven then gets a Zilean ult. He can charge for her. Hakuho finds the hook to re-engage, but that is ill-advised as Zven on the Lucian kiting and Yuumi just popping around here. I think Smoothie did such a good job of really the skill expression on Yuumi, getting on and off, making use of the passive with the extra shields coming through, keeping the members up and speed boosting people to allow for the continued chase. What a ride it has been. And there you go. That is a visual of this game.
Yeah, this is the theme park ride that we've been on for 32 minutes. As Fox vs TSM, still a nail-biter. TSM technically up in goal, but it's really all about how they execute the fights, and they have been pretty spectacular as Fox still grouped up, maybe looking for another engage. Lights out again. Target in the front side is Grig, who ults away, but Broken Blade re-initiates and takes down Hakuho. But there's again into the stasis, but Zven gonna kite away there with the final chapter on, but Solo with a great Zonyas of his own. Able to immune the front side of the fight. Now Yusui wants to go in, but he can't quite find the chain as Lost takes poke as well. There's an Infernal Drake up for grabs, Baron's up as well. Very important objectives for the teams to want to find around, but Zven undeterred with the Yuumi attached on.
Oh my goodness, they're going back in
again, but he's gonna try and find the dark, not gonna grab it as Zven on a rampage gets another kill.
TSM just have too much control over the speed of the game with Yuumi, Zoomies, and Bjergsen Zilean. I think that is just too much for these melee champions to deal with. Bjergsen has been insane with the Zilean, slowing down Yusui on his initiations, then speeding up Zven to go try and punish him. They find the catch, they make use of the extra movement abilities, and their rewards will be Baron.
Gonna be a trade here. Echo Fox will go down to the Infernal Drake, but TSM collect the big prize after winning that team fight. Baron goes over. TSM will reset and try their own hand at the Baron power play.
I really do think one of the reasons this is so fun to watch, movement speed is one of the stats that has the highest skill expression because it still is in the hands of the pilot of that champion. So let's take another look at how it started out. The bombs go down. Zven does use the stopwatch himself to take away the Hakuho ultimate, and that opens up Broken Blade. Level 16 Kennen goes in, kills Hakuho, but the Bjergsen ultimate this time around on Zven used pretty early, so TSM has to kite. Then he gets the slow onto Yusui, though, to time out the Aatrox ultimate reset there. Now he has no way to get back up, and Zven goes ham. They land the Yuumi Q for the slows. Bjergsen speeds him back up, and they do have to kite back on Yusui because the burst damage would have been there. But they once again find the extra kill. Now they've got the Baron. The tides has swung again, and it is TSM knocking on the doors of Echo Fox base.
Looking to break down that base right now as all ultis are back up for Fox. Not sure they want to try and pick a fight, but they're probably going to have to make a stand at some point around one of these inhibitors. Perhaps they'll let one go. See teams often be okay with losing one, but you make a mistake here in a team fight and the game ends.
And you can see what Zven's doing there. He's not attacking the minions at all. He wants to try and sync up this top lane minion wave with the mid lane, but now they're going in!
Lost force to flash out of the way, but that's TSM going to start the fight again. Roche going to dive in on the back line once more as Hakuho, tied up in the front side, will be slain by Zven. Broken Blade over the top with Yusui, finds a double knock up there, but it's just retreat right now for Echo Fox's Zven. He's just so aggressive. He's got a GA, he's got a Yuumi, he's got a Zilean, he's got a double kill, he's got a triple kill, he's going to resurrect, and is going to have a shot at the Penta solo. Going to be forced back to the fountain. Zven tanking tower aggro. Going to kite back around towards the real objective as TSM still haven't finished up the turret, but they'll now grab it. They'll take the inhib, and Zven is going off this game.
Oh my goodness, Zven is absolutely destroying on this speed composition from TSM. They're making Nautilus look like an outdated champion. It's so slow. They're knocking on Nexus.
Broken Blade burning down again. Resurrect there, but that's going to be 2 dead. TSM find the resurrects. They find the ace, and they'll take down the Nexus turrets as well. A really thrilling game here between the two sides, but it's TSM that come out on top.
Oh, can we get a pro